What we're going to do now is we're going to go in, we're going to set this head up, we're going to go in and trim the K-line down flush with the factory knock-in guides. Okay, this is how we set the VGS 20 up to trim these. We're going to level this guide this direction. Okay, we're level this way. Now we've got to set the machine for the canted guide. If you come back here, you can look and show them that the guide is canted this way. Okay, so we've got this set. Now we'll come over here and set the machine. Are you getting this? Now this is going to be true to our valve guide. Okay, we're going to come in with this cutter and trim the top of the K-line even with the knock-in guide. This goes in here like this. Come on over here with the camera. Get in on this side. Okay, move this out of the way and you can get a look at that. Okay, we've got the K-line spot faced even with the knock-in guide. Now we're going to set up to do the intakes. Careful not to knock that off. we're going to have to move the head in, which is done like this. Now we're going to come over and line up on the guide. Got that? Okay, we've got all the intakes spot faced to the knock-in guide. So next we'll turn the head over and we're going to cut the guide down on the valve cover side and we're going to set it up for a positive seal. Okay, we've got the head re-leveled up on the valve cover side to trim the K-lines even with the knock-ins. What we're going to do is we're going to set our guide height. We're dealing with a cam that's like 566 net lift. So we really want to leave this guide as tall as possible to give it as much support as possible. So we're going to cut it, then I'll measure it and tell you how far we left it protruding. Okay. Zero this out. I'm going to take 100 thousandths off of it and see how it looks. There's 100. I think it needs to go probably another 25. So we've taken 125 off of it. We've got the stop set so we can come back and spot face these all to the same height. We've got 620 thousandths sticking up above the spring seat. So I think that's a good area to be for a 566 net lift cam. So we'll go ahead and we'll re-spot face the other three. Did you get a good picture of that one? Good spot. Okay, now we're going to set up to cut the guides for a positive seal. And that is done with this cutter right here. It's a 530 cutter, which is the diameter that the seal locates off of, with a 3/8 pilot, because we're running a 3/8 guide. So we're going to install this cutter. Now I like to get a little bit of oil on this so it has no chance of tearing my guide up. And I've got this polished so it's pretty smooth. There we go. set our stop right as the bevel's coming in. You got that? Right down on our stop. Okay, now what we'll do is we're going to come in and retrim the tops of the guides just to clean them up. And again, we'll use this tool to do it. I like to come in and just touch them. Okay, now we're dealing with the 1977 781 casting, so if you can get in there, Tommy, the spring pad is about even with the casting of the head. The earlier casting, 781, the 73 and 74 has a deeper spring pocket. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and spot face the spring pocket down 70,000ths of an inch. Okay, now we're going to cut the spring pocket with this spring pocket cutter. Again, you want the pilot nice and smooth, and this one is. I'm going to oil it up. Okay. Now what we're going to do, we're going to come in here. This is a 1/550 spring pocket cutter, by the way. Okay, just as it cleans up, we're going to zero this. We're going to go 70,000ths. Yep. 20. 40, 50, 70,000ths. Here you can see now. Okay, it's just cleaned up, so we're going to reset this to 0. Probably going to be running somewhere around 150 to 155 on the seat for spring pressure. Probably 380 open on our solid lifter cam. On the exhaust side, will be no reason to cut the spring pocket. We have plenty of room as the head's machined from the factory. There's 60. And there's 70. Okay, we've cut the 4 intake spring pockets, 70 thousandths, again because we're dealing with a after 1974 781 head. 73 and 74 have a deeper spring pocket from the factory. So now we're set up to cut the spring. Now we're set up to trim the K-lines down on the exhaust side. So we're going to do that. We'll start at 150 and see how that looks. We probably better go 175. Yeah, that looks good. Stay rolling. Okay, so we've got the exhaust guides trimmed down. Now I'm going to measure them. Show you how much we have protruding past the spring pocket. We've got 875 thousandths. And I mean, this is good reference material for you if you're doing a motor with factory 781 heads that the guides haven't been cut on. I mean, our cam's 566 net lift, so this would be probably a pretty good place for you. Now, what we'll do is we're going to cut these for a positive seal. Okay, we've oiled up our pilot. We're going to cut the guide for a positive seal. Now I'm going to come back and I'm going to trim the top of them. Okay, we're just going to touch them. That's it. Okay, our valve guide installation is complete. So, are we done with the guides? No. We got to hone them to size. That's another video. Here, get this side. Okay, so you do want to stay tuned for the next few videos, because if you've ever wondered what a 781 head with no port work does when you install a 2190 intake valve and an inch 880 exhaust with no porting, you're going to find out what they flow that way, because we're going to flow the head after we do the valve job.